生は試され耐え続けるためにのみあるというのか。天の父よ、あなたの与える試練ではこの者の魂は救えぬ。帝王クヌートの名において波をに住む資格があると思う。罪を犯し
Paradise. Is it possible to have paradise on Earth? A world where everything is perfect. A world where humanity can be united as one. When you look at the world today, it can sometimes seem like hell on earth. For example, the evils that lie within the universe, especially when you look at the atrocities of the human race. Rape, war, genocide, violence. Humanity has always been violent. When we look out through the entirety of history, we see countless wars ever since the beginning of evolution. World War I, World War II, even World War III potentially on the horizon today, and just the current wars that are going on right now. Devastating events like this may cause you to question your faith in the world, and maybe even a higher power like God. Why isn't there paradise on earth? Why does bad things happen? Why does evil consume the earth and the universe so much? And the thing is, you might have an explanation of why evil happens on earth, such as free will or some other religious concept. How exactly do you achieve paradise on earth? Many people have different visualizations of what a paradise is. Places like heaven, Valhalla, places humans think of as the afterlife. There are two characters in Vinland Saga that the concept of paradise revolves around: Canute and Thorfinn. Canute's idealism revolves around the concept of paradise. But the question is, why is that? Throughout the entirety of Vinland Saga, we see countless violent acts take place. Violent acts such as entire villages getting slaughtered. Canute sees these violent acts and it makes him start to question the world around him. Why is all of this happening? It makes him start to question a higher power. It makes him start to question God. Where is this love in humanity? And whether you're religious or not, when you look at the earth, you see beauty. You see the beauty that was put into the creation of earth. You see the beauty that was put into the creation of the universe. You see the stars. You see the ocean. You see the snow on the ground. You see the snow-covered mountains. You see the beautiness of the universe all together, the love that went into the creation of the universe. However, where is this exact love when you look at humanity? When you look at humanity, you see a violent and sinful race. Violence that causes nothing but destruction and chaos upon the earth. Canute sees how violent humanity is, and especially the Vikings. Vikings were some of the most violent warriors to ever roam the earth. Just look at Thorkel, for example. Thorkel enjoys violence and war. He kills for the fun of it. Killing is just a game to him. However, Thorkel isn't killing out of hate. He's killing simply because he was raised in the ways of a warrior. Vikings lived and fought for one sole purpose, and that purpose was attaining paradise, Valhalla. However, we see in the manga that all the senseless violence was for nothing, because Valhalla doesn't exist. The worst thing that comes after death, nothingness. All of the senseless violence that happens throughout Vinland Saga is for nothing. An apple. A simple apple is responsible for how humanity is today, how violent humanity is, how sinful humanity is. The disease on earth, the sadness on earth is all at the result of a simple apple. Simply because of Eve eating the apple, humanity was casted out from paradise by God. This is the reason why humanity is like it is today. Canute's greatest enemy is not war, it's not humanity, and is not violence. Canute's greatest enemy is God. Canute questions God and begins to wonder, why has God left humanity in such a horrible state? Why does humanity have to live through hell while God watches in paradise? He begins to question why a God would allow humanity to have free will to rape and cause violence on every corner of Earth. And even in today's world with violence like Russia versus Ukraine or Israel versus Hamas, the main question is, where is this love in humanity? Where is this love put into the universe and the Earth? Where is it in humanity? This causes Canute to have the main motivation of creating paradise on Earth, a place where everyone can love each other, a place with no war and violence. Heaven on Earth, basically. Canute essentially tries to become God on Earth. However, there are some things in Canute's idealism that I disagree with. One of the first things about Canute's goal is it is completely unrealistic. Is it completely possible to rid the entire world of violence and murder and sadness? Is it possible? The real answer is no. It's completely impossible to change an entire race of humans. The main reason why is because violence exists in every living thing on Earth. Violence is something that we all understand. The main reason why is because violence is a human instinct. Whether that specific use of violence is being used to harm someone or self-defense, violence is always something that will be embedded within the human mind. Canute doesn't acknowledge that it is impossible to end human suffering. It's impossible to end violence and war that plagues the earth. It's impossible to rid human disease that kills plenty of humans all the time. It is impossible to create a paradise. And unlike Thorfinn's goal, the thing is with Canute is he's against violence and all of this, but he's using violence to achieve his goal. In Canute's mindset of achieving paradise, you must start violence to end violence. The thing is with Thorfinn's mindset to achieve paradise, he is going down the I have no enemies route, and this is where he is using the absence of violence to attain peace. In the comment section, give me your opinion on whose goal is better, Thorfinn or Canute. Which goal is better for paradise?
You're asking me what love is, and suggesting that Ragnar did not actually love me.
I am.
Love is discrimination, a concept of unconditional love or human love. Think of the love that you have for your family members. Now think about the love that you had for a stranger that walked by you yesterday, or the homeless man you saw on the street once before. There is barely any love for the strangers you walked by yesterday, or the person you might have said hello to. There is only love for your family members or the close relationships you built throughout the entirety of your life. You treat the ones you know and you love in a more kindlier way than the ones you don't know. This is known as discrimination. Love on earth is conditional. Unconditional love can not simply just exist in the human heart. It's not truly possible to love everyone the same on earth and treat everybody the same way. You simply won't have empathy for everyone you come across in your life. What if there is like a deranged serial killer awaiting trial? You simply won't have empathy for this person because of their actions on earth. This is simply human love. This is the way that humans love each other. This is the love that resides on planet Earth. However, there are some instances in the Bible that talks about unconditional love or tells you that you should have unconditional love. This is what the Bible says about unconditional love. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that? Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. Human love is inequality. The Bible tells us to seek this love, but It's not possible when you look at it. It is impossible for all humans to love equally. Canute wants to restore this love in the hearts of men. He wants to restore this love in the Vikings, and he thinks the Vikings are the best example of where this love should be. This exact love is what we call unconditional love. In my opinion, unconditional love is the concept of God's love. The reason why is because God's love is absolute. If you've seen or heard of near-death experiences before, you will hear about people coming back from the dead and talking about how they felt unconditional love when they passed on from earth. You don't have to believe it or not, but God's love is the best example of finding out what unconditional love is. The love of God is beyond the greatest thing to ever exist in the universe. True love is equality. No matter what a person is, they can be a rapist, a serial killer, a thief. God will always love them because that is what unconditional love is. We really see what human love is in season 1 of Vinland Saga when we see the innocent villagers being murdered by Ashlad and his men. Despite being Christian, we see Ragnar let all of these innocent lives be taken just for the sake of Canute, and this was simply human love. Human love is simply favoritism. The priest in Vinland Saga believed in Jesus Christ's love, and this is where you loved everyone equally. The rain that comes from the clouds falls on everything and everyone. Despite whether you're an object, an insect, a human, a car, the rain falls on everything equally. All of this is God's love. God's love is simply something that man can never achieve. No matter how many humans love each other, this is the love that we can never achieve on earth. Death is the essence of love because it is the ultimate equalizer in life. No matter how powerful you are, no matter what species you are, no matter what color you are, no matter what you are, everything is equal in death. In Canute's mind, he is the only one that can achieve paradise, not Thorfinn or anybody else on earth. The real truth is, not everyone will reach paradise. The Vikings on earth won't be saved because of their violent actions on earth. People who practice different religions on earth will also not be saved. Humans will not be saved through the trials that they were set through. The trials created by God. How will some people be saved if they are born into violence? Thorfinn didn't even once consider saving the Vikings. In truth, the most violent people are the ones who need the most love. Even though Thorfinn has the same goal as Canute, Canute doesn't see him as an enemy. He sees this because Thorfinn is the best representation of how a Viking can change, how they can go from super violent to super peaceful. Thorfinn is essentially the symbolism for hope in the Viking world. Canute isn't really a villain, but he isn't a good person either. All of his actions are not justified, however it is for a good cause, and that good cause is paradise. He doesn't cause senseless violence, but more of strategic violence. He doesn't allow soldiers to rape and pillage as they please. He does strategic things to get a better chance at achieving paradise. The thing is, Thorfinn and Canute are parallels. Canute wants to achieve paradise using violence, while Thorfinn wants to achieve paradise from abstaining from violence. This is why a lot of people didn't like season 2 of Vinland Saga, because we didn't see Thorfinn fight. I mean, a lot of people was used to the warrior that we saw in season 1 that was super cool and killing everybody in his way ruthlessly. This exact message was Thorfinn's redemption and his path to abstaining from violence, his path to atone for all of his past sins, all of the innocent people that he got killed, all of the people that he killed. All of this is for his quest for revenge that he was never able to achieve. People didn't get the entire message of I have no enemies. What does it truly mean to have no enemies? We will get to that story in the next video. Unconditional love. The free will to give humans the right to pillage and cause violence on every corner of Earth. Is it truly possible to have these concepts on Earth? Is it possible to have unconditional love, no wars, all peace between humans, no human disease, Is it all possible to obtain to make a perfect Earth? This is where I ask you, the viewer, is it possible to have a perfect Earth? Do you think that humanity can finally change and all come together one day, fully united? Or is humanity doomed to violence for the rest of their existence? Do you think God would have been better off not creating us? Or would it have been better for humans just simply not existing? And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. So to all in all ends, thank you.